It doesn't matter how amazing a Magic product is going to be. The first initial impact you are going to get is based on the price point. And let's face it, guys, with the upcoming play boosters, players aren't going to be thinking about how amazing the Murders at Karlov Mana are and all the amazing spoilers. They are going to look at the price and get sticker shock. Like any master plan coming to its full culmination of the idea, it takes time, and if it meets resistance, just wear them down and tell people it's going to be good for them. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. And yes, with the upcoming release for the Murders at Karlov Manor, we're going to get play boosters for the first time, and that's kind of a fun, exciting experience. But I can't help but keep looking at the price point, looking at the pre-release pricing before we see any spoilers, and saying to myself, it is $209 plus tax Canadian a box. That is $240 Canadian for a single box of play boosters. Collector boxes, still 12 packs, and they raise the price another 10 to 15 bucks depending on where you're looking. Everything just goes up that one notch, right? It is going to meet resistance. It is going to have its detractors just being angry and upset, and I really can't blame them. And you should be upset and you should be angry because inflation sucks and things get expensive, and Wizards is definitely going to try to ratchet things up. Does that mean this product is going to be bad, though? Does that mean this product is not going to have its place? Now, the Murders at Karlov Mana, I believe, is going to be based on the whole Clue idea. That really depends on how they put this all together, if the product will be successful. I mean, I don't think this is actually the best product they could have chosen to introduce play boosters. I think that's kind of a mistake. Maybe it's a testing ground, and maybe they're not sure how it's going to play off, so they didn't want to choose the number one thing they wanted to try. But it's coming. It's happening. So, when you look at that price and you see you're paying that much more, and they're saying to you, you're getting more though. You're getting more rares. It's going to have value. There's a dollar amount. Our economic team says that you guys can handle this. How do you feel as a player knowing you're paying more? Knowing that the draft box, which was 134 Canadian, I guess that'd be what, 104 bucks US, ceases to exist, and the only choice is to move up. It's an automatic price increase with no option to opt out. You can't play yourself down anymore. They don't have any more cheap jumpstart booster things. No. You got to go full boat. You're going to be paying it. Now, the bad news is you are going to get used to it. It is the new norm. It is going to seem horrible at first. This sticker shock has so many of my friends angry and upset about trying to purchase the boxes. And there are still a couple of my friends out there who buy the boxes. Even Moxman, with upcoming Bloomborough, I know that I'm going to be buying boxes of that. Maybe even some cases if they do the set right. Regardless of the price, I'm probably going to buy some because I'm looking forward to that particular product lineup. There are other pieces of next year that I'm very excited for. Now, Ravnica Remastered is coming at us, and most of you guys know, I don't mind the product line. I think it's going to be great to go back to Ravnica. I have a problem with the pricing point of that particular product line. The print runs, the way they've done things, tells me that a reprinted product should cost less. New products could cost more because they have more R&D, more development, and a whole bunch of new cards coming our way. So in that sense, I look at a play booster and say, could be fun. If they limit the print runs, keep some cards with good playability to them, I think players are going to accept it faster than not. It's all about wearing you down. Hearing the same message in your head telling you it's going to be okay. We're bringing back this. We're doing this. We have new chase cards here. There's new options for this. Yes, we're going to cut down a little bit on the foiling here. Maybe they're even going to get better card quality because they're printing less products. This all could come down and make it an easier pill to swallow. But here's the problem with swallowing that pill and becoming immune to the new effects of what they're going to do. Is eventually they try to water it down again. And that's the point I have. That's the problem I have, is I feel like I've seen this before. I feel like I've been through the treadmill enough times as a hamster to say, I don't feel like I'm going in a new direction. I feel like I'm going the exact same way. And a lot of players are going to feel that exact same type of pain when, if it's 2 or 3 years from now, they try to water this down again and bring something else to bear. That really gets people irked. We have to get used to the new pricing, get used to the new product lineups, and get used to the new norm. So the worst thing Wizards can do is try to alter this in any way. If they want things to be successful and they want the sticker shock to go away and have players be accepting of a new pricing point, product lineup type deal, they got to leave it alone for probably 3 to 5 years. And we all know Wizards can't leave anything alone for 3 to 5 years. Because if we accept it, they'll want to alter it, water it down, and make themselves more money. And that's where we get angry. That's where players get triggered and go, oh, I knew they were going to do that. That's where they always make that fatal flaw, that mistake, is they try to put their hand in the cookie jar a little too deep. And then the players have a mousetrap down there. And it snaps on them like, oh, the players rejected it. They've got to get past that now. Stop making these fatal flaws and leave it alone. They got to leave it there. Because when you look at a price and you see that in my head, I'm going, 10, 15 bucks more for a collector box. And almost $100 more for a draft version play booster box now. Because they added more booster packs, right? Instead of 30, it's 36 to make it more draftable. I get all that. I get the concept. But to avoid the trigger effect of a player wanting to trap you and get really angry and triggered, you got to leave it alone, boys. Wizards in the Ivory Tower, look down at the masses, recognize the pain they're going through, and leave them alone. Leave it alone. Let us take a break and recognize where we're going. They've got a whole year. And they told us before, if you guys recall, they talked about how they've gone through the last couple of years getting ready to do play boosters. So that means when they had the set boosters, they were actually planning things out. The set boosters, the draft boosters being phased out, they already had this as a plan. They already had it on the books to make it happen. And the success of the set boosters brought it all to culmination, and they did it. And they recognized the collector boxes still do well. And they recognized the products that didn't do well, and they chopped them off like dead pieces of a tree that had to be cut down to save the trunk. And that's what they've done. And now with that realization in mind, yes, new pricing structure, which will trigger so many of us. But if they do it right, you're going to accept it. Because if you love Magic, you don't really have a choice. You may buy less. You may alter your buying habits. You may still go for singles. But there's still going to be people buying those boxes and buying those packs. It's going to happen. F&Ms, draft nights, or players who just really like a particular product, like I'm looking forward to Bloomborough, and I really hope they don't mess it up, and I'm probably going to keep mentioning that. But it also depends on how Wizards can leave a product alone now to let it do its thing. Stop trying to engineer the secondary market, create the cards, let us experience and play them, and whatever happens in that secondary market, let them reap the rewards years down the road in some reprint sets. But they should leave those alone for a while as well. And if they're going to do a reprint set, don't jack up the price. Leave it at a reasonable price to give players a chance to get some of the cards that have become expensive, playable pieces as power creep and other things enter the game. Because that's what they do. They replace cards with power creep. That's fine. I get how the game is played. We're all hamsters on the wheel. But give it a chance. And it all starts with that original sticker shock of us looking at that price saying, what were they thinking? Do they think in this? They don't care about the market space, guys. They don't care about inflation right now. They recognize that there are going to be bumps in the road. There are going to be hurdles to overcome. And they're willing to ride it out. They're used to the bumpy road that the vocal minority give to them. To those people out there who yell and scream about this stuff, who say, this is not fair, they're willing to take those bumps now. You can see it. You can see it with the products they give us and how they've done it. But they also do listen. When they have product lines that don't do well, they do cut them off. And they do kill it because they recognize it's not doing well. They are trying to meet the demands of the player while keeping everyone happy at corporate Hasbro. Bringing in the cash flow. It's going to continue. Not much we can do about it, but we can enjoy the ride. I want to know what you guys think. I want you to slam some comments down in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. Murders at Karlov Manor. It's coming up. Are you going to be buying some of it? You're just going to be sticking to the singles? Are you buying a box or two? Going to a pre-release? Or are you going to sit back, look at the spoilers, and just buy those singles as they come up? I'm curious to know how players are going to react. You guys are the first impressions I get. Slam that stuff down in the comment section. There'll be further discussions on this the closer we get, especially when we start seeing spoiler seasons and I put together a pre-release guide and stuff. I'll be curious to see how it all plays out. I will touch on Ravnica Remastered probably in the next couple of days because there's some interesting things going on with the pre-orders that I want to talk to you guys about. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me on the channel. Looking forward to seeing those comments in the comment section. Have a great time. Enjoy Magic. An amazing game. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Well, here we are at the end of the video. You see the amazing patrons going by, all the supporters of this channel who help make this daily content possible for everyone to enjoy. Thanks again. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys all tomorrow. Have a great day. Well, here we are at the end. The Ramble Jamble, you made it. And yep, I got a can you see it? Yep, a little bit of coffee. No coffee grounds. Good sign, good sign. Looks like I made a good cup. So here we are at the end. Don't worry, we got Deadpool here. If you made it to the end of the video, put a boomstick in the comment section so I know you're that person. You know what I'm talking about. You're that person. Either way, it is fascinating to see what is happening right now in the world of Magic the Gathering. It's amazing. But I start looking at these new prices and I really wonder how it's going to affect the game going forward. How are players going to accept or reject? We already know the singles market is bigger than it's ever been. Single cards are flashing up everywhere. Whereas the boxes are kind of hit or miss. Ixalan did fairly well at its opening weekend. A lot of boxes got sold, a lot of pre-order stuff, so I was good. I want to see how it's going to happen this week, though. I'll have a video probably by Thursday or Friday about how well Ixalan's actually doing. I'm going to talk about Ravnica tomorrow because I have the pre-release sales for all that, even though we're a while away. It's not that far, really. And with no release really in December, it's kind of crazy compared to previous years. So it's kind of a calm time in the MTG news world right now, unless some crazy stuff happens the next little while. Black Friday stuff will come up too. More and more sales will start appearing. I saw a few on the Discord, so I'll probably talk about that as well. But it's interesting stuff out there. Crazy times to think that that play booster price really bothers me. I don't know how you guys feel. It's just I know I'm gonna have to swallow that pill, but it still really bothers me. And I'm going to have a hard time with that. Price memory is just an evil thing when it comes to the Moxman. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.